Today, I'm going to show you how to make Meloui with beautiful layers. And it's all very easy. You'll see. It's a special technique that makes kneading easier. Impossible to mess up. In a very large bowl, I put 500 grams of extra fine semolina. Then, I'm going to add 800 milliliters of lukewarm water. I started by adding 400, then I mixed well. I then added 400 more milliliters, totaling 800 milliliters. I mix well with a spatula, and then, using the immersion blender, I'm going to blend for a few minutes until it's nice and smooth. You shouldn't see any more semolina grains. You'll see, this will make kneading much easier later on. So, next, we're going to add 1 kilogram of flour, 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil, that's 30 grams. Then I added 7 grams of salt, which is a heaping teaspoon, and I added 1 tablespoon of sugar. I mix well to bring the dough together. Here, I made a very large quantity. Of course, you can divide it by 2. I will then gradually add water until I get a nice soft dough. I added another 250 ml of water on top of the initial 800 ml, so that's a little over a liter of water in total. We use lukewarm water. We'll then place the dough on the work surface. It's more convenient for kneading, and don't hesitate to wet your hands with water to knead it. Knead it until it's smooth and soft, knowing the more you knead, the softer it gets. And with the hand blender technique, kneading will be much faster and easier. I'm then going to oil the dough well. Don't hesitate to be generous with the oil. That's what will make the dough even softer. So, we're going to form a big ball and put it back in the bowl. Don't forget to oil the bowl as well, and I'll add a little more oil on the dough, before covering with a clean cloth and letting it rest for at least an hour. After an hour of resting, the dough is extremely soft, and the longer you let it rest, the softer it will be. I shaped my dough into a big log. And then I'm going to divide it into 2 equal parts. You can freeze 1 part for later, and that's what I did. I froze it and then took it out to make some weeks later. It's super convenient, it's a time saver, I'm going to oil my hands, so I can divide my dough into small pieces. I place the dough balls on the well-oiled work surface. I space them out a little and oil the surface again before covering with plastic wrap and letting them rest for about 10 minutes. For shaping, I make a mixture of butter and sunflower oil. I will then start rolling out my dough balls, always in the order from the first one I shaped to the last. I don't hesitate to oil and butter my hands well. To be able to roll out the dough, we will roll it out very thinly until it is almost transparent. See? It's not a problem. If there are small holes, we will then fold it by bringing the bottom and top parts over themselves. I've made a few with cheese, so in the center, I sprinkle a little bit of shredded mozzarella. I fold the dough over itself 1 more time. Don't hesitate to generously butter and oil the dough. This creates all the flakiness. Then I'm going to roll the dough over itself, making sure to keep it tight. And for the last part, I'm going to spread it from left to right so I can tuck in the little ends on each side. Next, I flip the Meloui over and gently flatten it, always making sure to oil and butter it well. I place it down, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it rest while I shape the other Meloui. Between the folding layers, you can also add a little bit of extra fine semolina. I don't like the result. It feels a bit dry, so I only use melted butter and oil. I've made several, plain as well, in the same way. I roll them up tightly. It looks complicated like this, but it's actually super easy. You just need to get the hang of it, so watch closely how I do it. While working on one piece of dough, keep the rest covered with plastic wrap. The others, because they dry out very quickly at room temperature, so they always need to be covered. Next, we'll do the final rolling using the melted butter and oil mixture. We're going to flatten our Meloui a little bit. You'll see, this way they'll naturally keep a round shape. Next, we'll cook them in a pan heated over medium-low heat. And we'll turn them regularly for even cooking. Once they're nicely golden on both sides, we can remove them from the pan and set them aside on paper towels. Don't stack them on top of each other. Let them cool down properly. Beforehand, feel free to check out the Imsamin recipe or the Majeb recipe on my channel, which means stuffed Imsamin. By the way, tell me which of all these recipes you prefer so that the Melouis stay fresh. What I do is let them cool down completely before freezing them. And then I just take a few out whenever I need them. As soon as I take a few out of the freezer, I reheat them, and it's as if they were just baked. They're super flaky, really, really good. You're going to love them. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. See you soon.